Galveston is an island off the coast of Texas. We are the piece of land that actually stops a hurricane from being massive at the oil refineries just on the other side of Galveston Bay. I'm Leon Phillips II, born and raised in Galveston, Texas in 1948. Growing up here was pretty good. My mother was born in New Orleans. My father was born in St. Martinsville. They moved to Galveston in 1937 because Galveston was a place where African Americans could make a better living because of the wharf. The wharf paid more than the average job that African Americans could get in 1937, and my father began to work as a longshoreman.
Answer me speedily. Answer me. My name is Jonathan Henry. I'm 14 years old. I'm from Galveston, Texas. I attend Ball High School. I'm a freshman. I just love my family. I just love being around people. Galveston, it is wonderful. It's crazy at times, but it's just wonderful. I love being around Galveston. I love Galvestonians. The people in Galveston are wonderful.
Well, when I was growing up, this was home. It was public housing, you know. Everybody knew everybody, you know, and if you did something wrong, the community, everybody, it was a close bond then, you know what I'm saying? As time went on, and then when Ike hit, it just took it all away.
Where is this hurricane now, and where is it going to strike the hardest? Weather Channel meteorologist Stephanie Abrams now joined us from Galveston. Stephanie.
Good evening, Ann. Well, unfortunately, it looks like this is going to make landfall just south of where we are in Galveston. This storm is so large. That's why it's producing such massive surge and huge waves as high as 32 feet, surge as high as 20 feet where we're located here. The cloud cover goes from the Gulf of Mexico all the way down to Mexico.
Hurricane Ike flooded 75% of Galveston Island. The north side of Broadway was disproportionately hit than the south side.
We came down, and the water was ground level, so we came down and we took off walking. And when we came out the gate here, we got to the corner, we went straight up to Broadway. I wanted to see how Broadway looked. And these houses over here across the street, they were probably built like 5 years before Ike hit. They got water in there, those over there too, but they didn't get totally destroyed. It brings back a lot of memories, you know, and like I said earlier, it's kind of like an eerie feeling because we wrote it out in this place and she's still standing. Now, the weird thing is we got about 12 foot of water up there and this house didn't get any water in it. I don't know if it's the way it sits up or I don't know the way it was built or whatever, but she didn't get any water in there. But this house was destroyed.
That was a devastating time for me because when I came back and found out that my house had burned down to the ground, all the toys that I had, the blanket that my great-grandmother made me, some pictures of my ancestors, they were all burned up in the fire. Everything that I had, it was gone. It was gone.
Everybody lost a lot, and everybody was in the same boat because it didn't make any difference how much money you had. You couldn't buy groceries, you couldn't buy gas, you couldn't flush your toilet. So we all were even on this island. But as things begin to change to bring you back to a whole, we didn't move. African Americans and minorities are always going to feel the brunt of no matter what it is. I do know that society makes it that way. We're set up for failure. You've heard of the glass ceiling? Well, every time you get to the place where you can touch the glass ceiling, they raise it up.
He tells me, "Oh, Dad, you're so hard on yourself. Why are you being so hard on yourself?" You know, and I try to get him to explain when he went, you know, you just can't, you know, get comfortable in what you do. You know, there's always higher levels and stuff. And it's like, "Well, Dad, you had the whole weekend. Why are you doing this on the Monday? Why are you doing this on the Wednesday?" You know, and it's all about, you know, you got to prepare before you step into anything. You have to prepare for it. This needs to be clear.
Like we always say, you
Yeah.
can't pour from an empty cup. That's what he always
Yeah,
says. You can't pour from an empty cup.
This needs to be clear just as well as, you know, your place of living. I just want him to do better.
He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you, and of me? But to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Dr. King, whom we honor on this day, a modern day prophet of God, stated he desired his legacy to remember him as a drum major for justice.
This weekend is Martin Luther King's birthday. It has been a celebration of a life that was beneficial to African Americans and the entire world, really, because he opened up boundaries that just were closed. He did things that were remarkable for this world. We're free. We're a part of society. We make a difference. So I'm happy.
The melodic sounds of Louis Armstrong singing "What a Wonderful World" conjures visions of people living in a world immersed in tranquility. My dream for the future of our world and its people is for people to realize that there is one race, the human race. In order to achieve that goal, there must be a focus on cultural awareness. This awareness must be framed at the community level, transported nationally, and encompassed globally. This is my dream to come true. Thank you.
100 years from now, Galveston Island may not be here. Will at some point hit on ears that understand who are in a powerful enough position to do something about it.
Superman.
When I was younger, I didn't really pay attention to climate change. But after the hurricane, I was kind of like, you know, this could happen at any moment. We have to take care of this country. I said this country. Forget this country. We need to take care of this world.
You hear scientists talk about like global warming is going to happen and stuff like that, and you don't believe it at first until you actually see something of it.
Our beaches was almost a block away from the water. Our beaches now are less than a block from the water. The more the Arctic melts, the more water we're going to have to fight off.
I'm just worried for my generation coming up. We only have God knows how much time left on here. And with everything that's going on, I don't want the earth to be in danger.
Galveston's a beautiful place to live. I hope I don't live long enough to see it go away.